What's going on, guys? Ryan Williams, AFC, back with another video. Norwich 2, Arsenal 2. Um, yeah, Freddie Lumberg's first game. And to be honest, we're lucky to get out there with a point. Of course, we couldn't expect a lot to change. I mean, Freddie's only been appointed in since Friday, since Emery had been dismissed from the job. So, of course, there was a lot of optimism around the fan base, including yours truly. And, we thought, okay, maybe we could, once the shackles are released, we could get a win, possibly. But unfortunately, due to, the frailties of our defence and times of midfield just lapsing and, us being vulnerable in the counter press, it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But, all you can say, the positives from this game is the fact that, when you see the team selection, the lineup, let's go for it. We saw Leno in goal, Chambers right back. We saw Mustafi come in for Socrates. We had David Luiz. We had Kolasinac coming back in the side. In the midfield, we had Granit Xhaka started his first Premier League game since Palace. We had Matteo Guendouzi there. Also, we had Joe Willock starting as well, which was nice to see. And just in front of them was Mesut Ozil. And we had Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette up top. Now, of course, I'm not getting at Freddie Lumberg because, a lot of us are thinking, oh, the lineup's a little bit strange. Do you know what I mean? Of course, we all want what we want with Pepe and Lacazette and Ozil and Aubameyang. And you know what? Maybe within time, we'll see that. But that's just something we got to deal with at Arsenal fans. Because at the end of the day, it's going to take time. And of course, the board are on the search looking for a new manager. And, Freddie's got enough time to try evaluate the situation and try to help us get back into the battle of top four. And I mean, like I said, we unfortunately missed our chance to go fifth. Spurs are sitting there at the minute. And Manchester United still got to play. And if they win, of course, they go above us by 2 points, I'm pretty sure. But listen, at the end of the day, the most important thing is, of course, because of the sacking of Unai Emery and Freddie Lumberg coming in, it's all about trying to, get the team going again. Of course, we've been on an awful spell. The commentator even said that this is probably our worst run since 1994 now. So, and we haven't won a game still. So, concerns? Not really, because at the end of the day, we knew what we were going in with. But at the end of the day, we still got to allow Lumberg as much time as possible. Like, you know what I mean? Because we can't really get on Freddie's back. Do you know what I mean? We've been left in this situation. The team hasn't been playing well. The team hasn't really done themselves any justice, over the last few weeks. Yeah, so there's nothing really much to say about that. The goals, oh dear. So the first goal that Norwich scored, Pookie, yet again, a man who hasn't scored a goal in, I think it was 8 consecutive Premier League matches. It's only Arsenal, the Arsenal thing to do. Of course, Pookie done a dynamic run from a break from Arsenal corner. Of course, that was picked up by a Norwich player and then literally put Pookie through. Pookie was running in between David Luiz and Mustafi. As Mustafi was trying to cover him, David Luiz was trying to position himself well. Pookie was able to line up to take the shot, and as Mustafi just turned his back, the ball deflected in between him and Luiz, nicked him, of course, and hit the back of the net past Leno. And, well, this is unfortunate because, again, Mustafi, we talked about it. We said he's been pretty much our best centre-back, unfortunately. And the reason why we say unfortunate, because we know he's accident prone. And it's unfortunate that he can't stop that. And, Gary Neville said it best on Sky Sports, I think it was on Friday, when he said certain players in the team are uncoachable. Mainly him, Socrates, and David Luiz. And is it down to the age? Is it down to them as a player? I think it's a combination. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think fair criticism is fair. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do agree with Gary Neville on that point. But unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. And after that, we were lucky enough to get a penalty from a handball situation during a free kick. And Aubameyang's penalty was saved first. But because Max Aaron's encroached the situation, which is funny because we had that same situation at Wembley last season, but the penalty was never retaken, unfortunately for that. And of course, we drew when we played Tottenham last season. But of course, luckily for us, it was given again, and Aubameyang was able to put it in the bottom corner. What I have to say, man, I did kind of moan about this last season, and I still do moan about it now. Like, Aubameyang needs to just start taking other sides because he's always going in the same side, and it is pretty frustrating. I mean, the way Tim Krul was able to outsmart him on the first penalty, and not saying he didn't look like he wanted to take the penalty, but, and I'm not getting onto Aubameyang, I'm not making no agendas here, but I'm just being honest. I mean, you know, Arsenal fans, let's be real, with Aubameyang, every time he takes a penalty, he always goes in the bottom left corner, without fail. Without fail. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just think he needs to change it up. Do you know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, after the penalty was retaken, Aubameyang scored, it was 1-1. And just before half-time kicked in, unfortunately, Cadwell from Norwich was able to, I have to say, it was quite a good goal, to be fair. You know, was able to cut through our defence again and able to place it past Leno. And we went in half-time 2-1 down. And I have to say, the second half, I have to say it was a lot more better in terms of progression play, in terms of trying to break players down. And, you know, let's be real, of course, the midfield, again, with the counter-pressing, it wasn't really great. Do you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's not all Lundberg's fault because these are the problems that he was left with under Unai Emery. Same problems Unai Emery was left off under Arsene Wenger. But, again, the mess is still there. Do you know what I'm saying? And, of course, you know, we can't put so much pressure on Freddie. He's an interim manager. He's still learning his trade. Yes, he does have under 23 team experience in terms of being a coach. But this is the first team. Do you know what I'm saying? And we all wish and hope Freddie could do well. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're all behind him 100%. But, you know, what? Let's just get this right. So, you know, I was just on Twitter, and I'm not taking no digs, but I was just on Twitter, and I just put one little comment, basically stating that, right, it might have come off a little sarcastic, but, you know, I was a bit, okay. You know, we needed Pepe. I thought Pepe would come on, and he chose Saka. I thought, okay. I didn't put no emojis like this, didn't bitch and moan. Apparently, I'm moaning. Apparently, I'm probably going to say Freddie out. Anyways, I just want to get it off my chest because that really annoyed me, because I've been saying in my videos what we need to do. And I'm sure a lot of people have their opinions, and I'm fine with that. I'm entitled with that. And this is what it's about. It's all about having opinions. All I said was, well, I'd rather Pepe come on because, look, we got so much time for Saka. I'm not saying we haven't got so much time for Pepe. We do, but come on. We spent so much money on the guy. He hasn't had any confidence whatsoever this season. Yes, he might have got a few goals in, but from open play, he hasn't. So, you know, it is what it is. We can. It doesn't matter. Like, Pepe can play the next game, and, you know, we'll see what happens. Again, like I said, Lumber's got time to talk to the team, tell him what he wants to do going forward. You know, until we know what's going on with the whole coach situation, manager situation. And then, yeah, let's just take some positives. So, going back into the second half, we started off well. Was there any changes? No, there was no changes. And, you know, obviously, we got the goal from a corner. I have to say, Aubameyang lurking around at the back post was needed. So Aubameyang getting 2 goals on the day. And you know what? Like, near the end of the game, Leno pulled off some fantastic saves. There were times I actually started to really feel we're going to lose this game because Norwich were putting up some serious pressure. And let's be real, you know, we saw City go over there. They didn't have a good time over there. They gave City their first loss of the season. So it was always going to be hard. And of course, a lot of teams know us. They know our confidence is low at the minute, and you know, it's trying to find some form. Well, after this game, morale must be up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Compared to the previous fixtures, but we go again. We go again. That's all that matters. And well, where do we move? We are pretty sure we're 8th in the table now. So you know, there's a lot more work to be done. And you know, back in Freddie all the way. And let's just see how it goes. Still more time. So, guys, thanks again for checking out this match review, match reaction. If you like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm saying, leave it in the comment section, of course. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And click the description of my Twitter and Instagram if you want to get in contact with me. So, Golders, how do you feel seeing Freddie Ljungberg on the touchline? And he got his first point. Not 3, just 1. But guess what? It's 1 step closer to progression under Freddie Ljungberg. 1 step to build back the feel factor in the team and get some confidence. That's all that matters right now for us. Take it easy.